Hello, everyone. This is the Mind of Lilith, and thank you for joining me today for another political tarot reading. For this reading, I'm going to focus on how Donald Trump's presidency will affect white Americans over the next 4 to 6 years. So we'll see what the cards and the dice have to say. We'll pick a planet first. Spirit guides. How will Donald Trump's presidency affect the white community, the white American community over the next 4 to 6 years? How will his administration affect the white American community over the next 4 to 6 years? Jupiter, abundance, opportunity. Now, the black Americans got Mars energy, competition, warfare. So Jupiter represents abundance and opportunity and freedom and power to an extent. For those of you who don't know, the pale race is known as the race of Jupiter, and the black race is the race of Saturn. Okay, so they'll have more opportunities. Spirit guides, how will Donald Trump's presidency affect the white American community over the next 4 to 6 years? Leo. Jupiter in Leo. Opportunities for creativity, freedom, expression. Also, there could be a baby boom. More children. There could be more white people brought into the country. This is happy, happy, joy, joy. They're going to be very happy, or they're going to feel empowered. One more card, please. One more message, please. How will the Donald Trump administration affect white Americans over the next 4 to 6 years? 8th house, other people's resources, land, real estate. This is wealth building. Leo in the 8th house. That would be, let me see, Capricorn energy. More financial opportunities, more jobs for them. More financial opportunities for them. That's why I mentioned in the previous reading for Black Americans that we're going to have to compete for resources. So we're going to be removed from positions, and the 8th house is the house of warfare, but it's also the house of betrayal, secrets, power. They're going to become more powerful, or they'll feel more empowered. Jupiter in the 8th is like, there's a lot of power. And Leo, Jupiter loves Leo. So yeah, they're going to be feeling more empowered during this 4 to 6 year period. There's more abundance coming their way. Jupiter in the 8th is a lot of money and abundance. Spirit guides. How will Donald Trump's presidency affect the black community? What are the challenges? Not black community, sorry. The white American community. What are the challenges that the white American community will face? What opportunities will they have? And what will be the outcome of Donald Trump's presidency on the white American community? What will be the outcome of Donald Trump's presidency on the white American community? I need 3 cards in session for white Americans. Please connect with the energy of white Americans over the next 4 to 6 years during Donald Trump's presidency. How will his presidency affect them? What challenges will they experience? What opportunities will they have? And what will be the outcome of his presidency for the white American community over the next 4 to 6 years? Challenges. 2 of Wands in reversed. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. There's some impatience here. Maybe a little bit impatient. There's also like, they're all a little upset about a lot of these foreigners in the country, the world card. So they're competing with foreigners for good jobs, H-1B visas, Asian American, so on and so forth. That's a challenge for them. Opportunity. Five of Swords. The Tower card. They could feel lied to. They could receive some unexpected message about. We get the media. Okay, the media is going to be all up in their ear. It's a lot of fighting, infighting, chatter, arguments. Media. The media is going to just be going crazy with Donald Trump, and just they're going to feel overwhelmed with information. They'll feel stressed. They could feel like they're not up for the challenge in many cases because they've spent decades being not demoralized but dismissed in a way. So they'll have opportunities coming toward them, but it may not look the way that they expect initially. They could feel lied to, like, okay, you said this, that, and the third, but there's another plan being put in place for their benefit, but they can't see it now. They're blinded by like hate, and so it's like blogs and podcasts and social media, misinformation. Like, there's a lot of propaganda that they're trying to weed out or block out. That's an opportunity. Outcome. Knight of Wands. Interestingly, the Black community had the Nine of Wands, which is also Sagittarius energy. But the Knight of Wands, not the Nine of Wands, the Knight of Wands is a court card, which means that they'll have more freedom to move and to travel, and they'll have more political power. Sagittarius. Death card, rebirth. They'll feel reinvigorated. Scorpio energy, like they've been reborn in some way. They'll feel stronger, more powerful, like that they won some sort of victory. They'll feel this way after his presidency, while the Black community feels like the Nine of Wands. There's fire here. Yeah, you guys better make sure. So for the Black community who's listening to this, because I wanted to mention this in the previous reading, but I was like, I don't want to be negative. Make sure you protect your homes from firebombing. People setting fires and then just running away, trying to destroy the progress you've made. Now, I'm not saying Trump is going to, I'm not saying he's ordering this, but the people who are his constituency, they feel emboldened to try to destroy what you're trying to build. And that's the Nine of Wands that's showing up for the Black community. I suggest you watch that reading too. You protecting your property from people who are trying to destroy your stuff as a political ploy. Trying to take your property. Black community. I'm just saying that, right? So there, but you guys, the white community is feeling more empowered. Clarify the Two of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles for the challenge. Why would this be a challenge? Knight of Cups, Pisces energy. Yeah. The Emperor. There's a sense of entitlement here and impatience. There's a sense of entitlement and impatience. I mentioned this earlier. Like, a lot of these white people are actually knights, but they think they're emperors. They're the Knight of Wands and Knight of Pentacles, but they think they're this. So they're like living vicariously through Donald Trump, and that makes them impatient and a bit reckless. The Knight of Wands is reckless. It's not the King of Wands. So it's like these people think that they're emperors and they're not. They think they have more power than they do. There's a knight here and a knight here. It's a square. And a lot of these white boys are in love with, or they have like girlfriends or wives of different races and nationalities, and their relationships could come into there could be some clashes in their relationships because of of Trump and his presidency, and like, I don't know, the racism or like the political atmosphere that's created, it could create a lot of conflict in their homes, in their families, potentially, in their relationships. But there's a sense of impatience and being entitled. So a lot of these knights think that they're emperors and they're not emperors, but they'll try to act like it, which is why they're being reckless with the Knight of Wands. And it's easy for them to fall for propaganda, and like it's easy for them to be disillusioned. I sense some deception here. Some of them are going to feel played, and then they'll get reckless or self-destructive, or they'll try to take power because they're not seeing change fast enough, something like that. Even though Jupiter and Leo is in the 8th house, this is like courage, fighting spirit, even warfare. Jupiter is a Pisces energy, and Leo is about creativity and courage. Some of them are going to feel betrayed. They'll feel betrayed by the government, and then they'll try to take what they want. I'm going to say this, Black community, if you're watching this, if these men, some of these white people, I didn't say all, if they think that they are knights, if they think they're emperors, but they're knights, and they're relying on Trump to fix their lives for them, and they see you guys building where you are, there could be some jealousy. 5 of Swords, which is also jealousy. There could be some jealousy, and they could try to destroy what you're building because they're assuming that they're supposed to have a certain quality of life, and once they see you building in your communities, they're going to try to, some may try to burn your stuff down again. You must protect your fort. That's why the Nine of Wands popped up for the Black community. You must watch. Listen, please watch the Black community video that I posted earlier today. So there's something that's going to come out that's going to make them like doubt themselves. They'll feel played. They'll feel deceived and manipulated. They'll feel lied to by the government. You promised us this, but it's going to take time. So they're going to go from Knight of Cups to Knight of Wands. Recklessness, irresponsibility, taking political action to destroy other people, betrayal. You guys, listen, Black community, if you're watching this, keep your head on a swivel, please. Especially if you live in rural areas. A lot of these people are going to feel entitled to what you're building. Don't let it happen twice. Clarify the 5 of Swords and the Tower card for the opportunities for the white American community. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. Why? They feel entitled to the... And I mentioned earlier that a lot of these white boys are married to foreign women. They're attracted to them. So if you're like a white supremacist who likes Donald Trump, how is that going to affect your marriage to a Black woman or Hispanic woman or an Indian woman or a Chinese woman? So now there's like conflict within the home due to politics. Chariot card, right? Cancer energy. There's also like a sense of entitlement. Why do they have what we have but don't have? Why does this community have resources and land? And this may not even affect only the Black community. This could affect other communities too. The Knight of Wands and the Death card. Vigilantes. Vigilante justice? Or like, again, house burning, cross burning potentially. Like them basically trying to burn down communities that have resources they don't have. And it may not just be Black people this time. There aren't enough Black people for them to like harass. There are other races here that are taking more resources than we have. So why don't I have the American dream? 10 of Pentacles. It's time for me to ride out and start some damage or do some damage. A lot of white people may also move out the country to get married to somebody from different culture, race, or nationality. We have this white man here with this Asian woman. A lot of white men and women are married to people of different races and cultures. And so now there's a conflict between their political ideologies and their relationships. That could also cause issues. So there could be like, I don't know, people being deported, Chariot card. There could be passport bros, white men, who may have a difficult time meeting women overseas or holding on to their intercultural relationships mainly because of white supremacist ideologies. They're conflicted, right? How are you white supremacist but you're married to a Chinese woman? And the US government is going after China. If you guys don't know, they are. So there's going to be some conflict between like white and Chinese people. And a lot of white men are married to Chinese women. There's going to be some internal conflicts and external conflicts. Gossip, jealousy, confusion. The Tower is Scorpio energy too. And it's like a sudden revelation. Oh, wow. I didn't expect this to happen. Something unexpected happens and they feel betrayed or played, or like there was a miscalculation. They weren't aware of the white community is not aware of the ramifications of their voting choices or their political beliefs. So this could have some unintended consequences, and then they may become reckless. Clarify the Knight of Wands and the Death card, please, for the collective of white people. Ace of Swords, Ten of Wands. The black community got the Ten of Wands also, but it was the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Wands. The Magician card that came out for the black community too. Judgment came, yeah. So what may end up happening is that they receive some sort of information, right, from a government official, some sort of leader, authority figure, that it's a straw that broke the camel's back, and they'll start to become reckless for some reason. Like or I don't know how their recklessness will play out, but they may become reckless and self-destructive. They'll feel burdened. They'll feel betrayed and burdened by their choices. Not because they won't have more opportunities, but because of other unintended consequences. So they may have less sexual access to other races of women, Chinese women, marriages breaking up. There's like going to be some war. There's going to be a gender war within the white community because it is election too. A gender war. So somebody's going to feel betrayed by the government, even though there's more opportunities. There's a sense of betrayal here because they weren't prepared for some sort of unintended consequence of their political belief systems or their ideologies. And so there's like infighting within the white community, within the white homes and families about this. There could be issues about children, again, abortion rights, or whatever the case may be, or just like the value of women or the role of women in society, especially with Neptune going into Aries with Saturn next year. This is not going to be what they thought it was. The 8th house is the house of deception too. And Jupiter is one of the planets of like wishful thinking with Neptune. So like they may feel betrayed because of something. There's an unintended consequence that caused them to be reckless. They're not they don't know who they are, or they don't know their position either. It's like they have some delusion about their power and their worth or their connection to power. So when things don't turn out the way they expect, or when their actions have unintended consequences or like unexpected consequences, they're surprised about it, then they'll become reckless and like more rebellious or like self-destructive potentially even. A lot of them will divest or they're going to find something out that makes them feel burdened. They'll feel manipulated by the system. The King of Swords, Aquarius energy. The age of Aquarius is also going to affect them too. Now, I don't see like, the challenges in Knight of Pentacles. There may be less economic opportunities for them also. The opportunities is a 10 of Pentacles in the Chariot card, but this is already established relationships. So because these are clarifiers, these relationships are pre-existing. But now they're at the Five of Swords and the Tower card. So there could be like a lot of divorces or something within interracial couples because of this dynamic, because of the political climate, because of the economy. There's also missed opportunities for work. There could be some issues with work. There could be issues with finances and work. They'll feel lied to. And I'm only saying that because the Two of Wands does represent like a choice that's being made between two options, but there's a feeling of like not really having any choice or not having any hope. Choosing the best option, you don't really have a choice in the matter. The Knight of Pentacles, okay, Knight of Cups and the Emperor, that's like this is where they are and this is where they expect it to be. They're at the Knight of Cups, Pisces energy. Emotional, drugs addicted, a bit irresponsible and reckless, tattoos on the arm, right? No work ethic, kind of lazy, but they think they're this and they're not. So there's delusion on their part too. A lot of Americans are delusional. Spirit guides, I need some more insight for talking white and black Americans. I need some insight for the collective of white Americans during the Trump administration over the next 4 to 6 years. And I'm mentioning 6 years because a lot of his policies may still linger after he leaves office. Spirit guides. Transformation. 8th house energy. More fire. Seven of fire, 7 of wands. Yeah, Neptune and Aries, lots of fire. Fire for political reasons, burning things down. Destroying, ooh, okay. Let me say this. If these corporations start building like big data centers for like collecting big data and automation and Bitcoin and all this stuff, there could be some burning of like corporate buildings or like buildings where they're running these data centers. They're collecting data or what's it called? Bitcoin, these Bitcoin farms. What's it called? Yeah, there are like cryptocurrency farms. There could be some Luddites here. Virgo energy, Knight of Pentacles. People disenfranchised by the system because they're losing their jobs that they were promised because of automation. That's part of the deception, and that's going to cause a lot of marital discord because they felt lied to. So some of these people may start burning down like factories or big digital warehouses or crypto mining centers, something where they're going to start burning down like the places where technology is taking over. It's almost like, for example, if trucks are automated, like white men burning down the ports to make sure that, these packages can't come through. Kind of what they did in the 1800s, in the 1900s. Early 1900s, like burning down the infrastructure of the systems that are replacing their labor. That's also a possibility. It's political. So it may not just be them attacking the black community per se. That could happen sporadically, but because it's 8th house stuff, other people's resources, a sense of betrayal. This is big money. Black people don't have enough big money for them to be concerned about. I think this is like banking institutions, industry, labor. If they lose their jobs and they see like these big tech centers being built for AI and automation and all this stuff, they may burn them down because they don't have the jobs they thought they would have. Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy. 2 of Wands in reverse. No economic opportunities. So it doesn't manifest. Okay, so Jupiter in the 8th in this case is not positive. I thought it was initially. It's not. There's deception here. They're going to feel deceived. Now, what's interesting is that it won't hit them until the end. That's what the Jupiter energy is. It's like there's optimism, but then at the end of the day, it's like, damn, we got played by the government, Leo. We were optimistic about our opportunities and our choices and our potential, but we got played over by the banks and the corporations and these big institutions. Now we're getting divorced. Divorces may increase during this period because of economic instability. And I kind of mentioned that in my previous reading for the collective of the United States. A lot of people may self-delete or hurt themselves because of the economic changes. This is not good, actually. It appears to be good. That's why I misinterpreted it. But it's going to look like things are going the way they're supposed to, but it won't. On a cultural level, on an economic level, and on a political level, it's going to, like, things are not going to be what they thought it was. And they'll feel betrayed and they'll try to burn the system down. They'll become more active, more radical. Sag is a sign of terrorism. If you guys don't know. Right? Destroying things for political reasons. Death card. Burning down the whole system. If we can't have it, they can't have it either. Making it hard for the transformation to happen. Trying to block the transformation. Trying to block the transition to automation. So these white men make it active. Not necessarily against you. The black community had Mars and Cancer in the 10th house. I mentioned a civil war. The 10th house is like industry, business. Not the 4th house. The 10th house is your career. So black people are also going to be affected by this, like, war on the corporations. The corporations will be at war with the black community and everybody else. And white men will be more active than black people. Black people will try to rally the troops. They're going to try to help out to the extent that they can, but this whole thing's going to collapse. That's what Mars in Cancer in the 10th was. The 10th house representing, again, institutions, large agencies, right? Legacy organizations, banking institutions, the media, religion, even to an extent. There's going to be some sort of civil war between the workers and the corporations. White man's going to feel betrayed. He's going to start burning shit down. He's going to start burning stuff down to protect or to, like, try to preserve or conserve what was the old system. Spirit guides, I need some more insight for the collective of white Americans during the Trump administration over the next 4 to 6 years. Forgiveness. Forgiveness means that you did something wrong. You made a mistake. They'll feel like they made a mistake by voting for him. One more card, please, for the white collective of Americans. Grief. Damn. They're going to feel played, y'all. They're going to ask for forgiveness because they voted this in. But it's not Trump doing this. This was inevitable. Project 2025 was written years ago. This is inevitable. Corporations are doing this. Neptune and Aries, a lot of men are going to be hurting themselves. A lot of divorces. Like, I lost my family, lost my job. I have no sense of purpose. Why am I even here? Let's burn everything down, including myself. The 8th house is the house of death also. And divorce. So more divorces. Mysticism. Getting into the occult. Being deceived in some way. Feeling deceived. Lied to. This is 8th house energy. Even 12th house energy too. But feeling deceived and lied to and played. Some may even try to get back into the dark arts. Into the occult. To figure shit out. And try to work things out in their favor. One more thing. One more please. Discovery. Yeah. They got played. They got played. And they may discover like that their reconnection with other communities, they're discovering themselves and their value because they don't know, they're finding out who they really are within the grand scheme of things, these white people. Not every one of them. I'm not talking about all white people, but they're finding out their place in the system, and they're going to want to be forgiven for choosing this outcome. They're going to feel aggrieved and betrayed. I thought this was positive because Jupiter is positive. The 8th house is other people's money, and Leo's also very positive, but it's not, it's going to look positive, but it won't be positive at the outcome. And then they're going to get mad and burn stuff down. They're going to try to prevent some sort of transformation. And we get another card, please, for the collective of white Americans during the Trump administration. Spider Spirit, make your dreams real. And it was reversed. So some of them may feel like they have no hope. Neptune and Aries. And a spider weaves webs. Sometimes this is webs of deceit. Believing your own hype. Believing that, you know, make America great again means you go back to 1950s and 60s where there was job security. That's done. That's done for everybody because they're changing the system. So that's crazy how Jupiter came out. And I thought it was positive because it looks so right now they're on their high right now. They're feeling good. Knight of Cups, we made it, we did it. We're in the same team. We're in the winning team with the Emperor. The Emperor's like, fuck all y'all. The Emperor said, fuck these white people, though. We're here to build machines and robots. We want this farmland in Idaho and in Kentucky and in West Virginia to build these data centers and these cryptocurrency mining centers. Fuck all y'all. Real talk. And they're going to realize that. And again, they may have some conflict within the home because of economic instability or because of the political climate with the racism. So if they're married to like non-white women, there's going to be issues within the home, either for economic reasons or for culturally or political reasons, socio-political or socio-cultural reasons. More insight for the collective, please. Make friends. Black people got the same card. White people, make friends. Friendship is the alchemy of success. We're in the age of Aquarius. The people versus the government. Who are your friends? And get one more, please, for the collective of white people in America during the Trump administration. They're like, fuck they gonna feel betrayed, y'all. Drunk with love. Y'all gotta chill out with the drugs, y'all. Neptune and Aries, and I mentioned this in my other reading. A lot of you guys are going to, a lot of white Americans, and a lot of Americans here may be tempted to delete themselves or like run away from the realities of what's going on with drugs and alcohol. Let love lift you to freedom, discovery, having a love for humanity, not just your tribe. Simple pleasures. Look for beauty that is all around you. And I think they're going to get to that point where, or the white community will get to the point where they're realizing that we're all in this together, brother. We all got the same problems, the same enemies. They're going to feel deceived in some way by the system, and they're going to try to destroy it or burn it down to prevent progress. And there could be a lot of divorces that happen too during this presidency because of political stuff and also economic stuff. So there's like some sort of economic downturn that affects them too. But it won't look that way at the outset because there'll still be hype on like the idea of them being in alignment with Donald Trump. That's my we voted for him. That's my friend. He loves us. He'll protect us. That's my homie. We got this in the bag. He gonna look out for our interests. And in actuality, that's not going to happen. It can't. The system's collapsing. They're burning the house down. It can't. So you're not going to reach your destination financially. Those jobs aren't coming back. That's the challenge. those jobs are not coming back. And they thought they were. Now damn, we got played. What the fuck happened? BlackRock wants to, use 20,000 acres of land in Iowa to build these ugly ass data centers. So they're going to start stealing your property. Eighth house. Other people's resources. Government taking your property. Government seizures increasing. A lot of these white people are going to lose their land or lose their property to the state. Leo energy. Okay? Is that all of the decks? I believe so. All right, guys. I'm going to leave it there. I look forward to your feedback. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.